Oh, yeah, baby. Hello. Didn't see you there. My fajita burrito, woo, was calling my name. Mm. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to do this in the toaster oven. What? Craft chest style. Woo. Yeah. All right, so here we are with the ingredients and the washed chicken seasoned up in the pan. And you got to be sure that you wash your chicken. Get it off that pad in the container, wherever you may buy it, and wash it. It ain't got to be washed with soap and water and hot water and all this. Just rinse it off, rub off all the bacteria from, the cutting and the shipping and everything, because I don't know where you get your chicken. But where I get mine, it don't come washed. Hashtag Emeril Lagasse. Credit goes to him for that actual phrase. But here we go. We got bell pepper, and you could go with green, red, yellow, whatever. I go with these. And sometimes I'll throw a red one in there, maybe an orange, maybe a yellow. But really, bell pepper is what I like. And I can remember as a kid, I couldn't stand to smell bell peppers. But over time, as everybody's taste buds do, they change, and you have different tastes for different things. Ideally, you would want to get the ones that are a little bit taller, and they could have this type of shape to it. Ideally, tall, slender, to where you can have long strips about, I don't know, 1/4 inch wide or so. Some people like to go even smaller than that. Some people go wider than that. Some people actually just wedge them where the creases are and then cut that in half, and however big that is, that's how big they are. All right, that's kind of how I do it, but you core these out, and I'm not going to show you all that process. You just core it out, pull this out, wash the seeds, slice it however big you want, cut the white little ribs out of the inside of it, and there you go. You're done. GG. The bell pepper is cut. For onions, I have found that you can use pretty much any onions that you desire, but sweet yellow onions, or yellow sweets, Vidalia onions, are another what these are called, and you can find these in different shapes. I tend to like to get the ones that are short and stout, like this one. What you do is you skin this back and get that first layer off, and then cut this up similar to what you would the bell pepper. All right, once you have all that sliced, and be careful when you cut this with the knife now. All right, when you get all that sliced, we're going to put that to the side. We're going to kind of season this up, a little salt, a little pepper, and maybe some of the fajita mix. All right, you just get your favorite fajita seasoning. All right, being sure not to show any name brands now. But there's fajita seasoning there. 1 pack of this is fine. If you want to go with 2 packs and you're doing a large batch, go for it. It's all dependent on how much it's actually going to make. Now, the chicken, now here's where it gets a little tricky. Washed it, flipped it the bottom side up, seasoned it, all right, a little salt, a little pepper, and I use sea salt. And this right here is actually coarse sea salt, and it's going to melt and get all in here. And you notice that there, I don't know if you can see it or not in here, but there's a lot of juices down here. I don't want to spill it. But down in here, you'll have a little bit of juice, probably, I don't know, 2 tablespoons or so of juice, and that's okay. Because in the end of this, we're actually going to be using that. And as you can see, it has a red tint. Man, that's bright. I did not notice that color, that gamma is like way too high for this. I'm going to have to readjust this camera. But salt, pepper, flip it over, a little bit more salt and pepper. And the red tint that you see there is I kind of dust it with paprika whenever I'm doing tacos or fajitas. And it just adds just a little bit more to it, just a little bit more flavor. Now, from there, you can either drizzle over some lime juice and get that fajita flavor from the lime juice early while it's cooking, because what you're going to do is actually take foil, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment, and seal this up, almost like a pressure cooker. All right, no holes, nothing. We're going to seal this up, and then we're going to put it in that toaster oven, which I'll show you the after seal on here, just how it is. All right, so here is the sealed pan, and be sure that you use heavy duty foil, okay? Doesn't have to be the big gigantic wide one. You can get the regular pack, but be sure it's heavy duty. And notice the pan that I'm using, something similar to this. Some of them will be a thicker metal. This right here is just one of the Bobo brand $5 pans from Walmart. I think it's like a 2-inch 9.5-inch square cake pan, non-stick, and you know, as you can see, it's sealed it up all the way around. No holes in the top. And what we're going to do is put this in the toaster oven for 1 hour at 450 degrees. Then take it out, set it to the side for a minute while we get all the other ingredients ready. All right, so here we are back with the prepared chicken, and now it's time to shred it or cut it however you want for making the chicken fajitas. As you can see, it's got, I scraped some of the seasoning off of one of them here. I just took them out of the pan. I let them sit there in the juices for a little while, about 30 minutes after I turned it off. Now, you don't have to do that. You can take them out and immediately let it cool enough to handle, of course, and go ahead and shred it, cut it, however you want to do it. And what I'm going to do is just shred it in big chunks and separate it. And I will actually, what I'm going to do is scrape off the residue from the spices because we don't want that to overpower the fajita mix. What this is doing though, or has done, is lock some of that salt, pepper, paprika flavor and the color, as you can see here on the Let's try that again, shall we? I'm just going to pick this thing up because I'm going to wash my hands. As you can see, the color here on the chicken itself. All right, you get the idea. And then all you got to do is shred it up like this, either with your hands. Be sure and wash your hands really good. And that's all I'm really going to do. I'm just going to do shreds like this and shred up a breast. I have a bowl over here, and that's where that bowl comes in. Of course, you can do this on a plate, which I guess technically you're going to need a couple of things, but you don't have to have it. You can use aluminum foil to help you keep it clean. What you're going to end up with is a bunch of chicken like this. And we're going to have to go get the other breast. Since we lost one, I'm glad I did 3 because I was only going to do 2. But alas, that one fell off into the dust bunny abyss. I could wash it off though. I don't know. It's my dirt. And finally, we have the bell pepper and the onion, as you see here, that I'm going to be very careful not to spill, hopefully, maybe, possibly. And you see I have them separated here. And what I'm going to actually do, I know a lot of people's probably thinking, now how are you going to get it mixed in and get the char flavor to it? Well, very simply, as you see right here, I do have some, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. I have some sea salt that I sprinkled over the top of it very lightly, and a very light helping of pepper. And what I'm going to do is actually go and turn the toaster oven broil for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to actually watch it and spin it around, maybe mix this up a little bit, take it out, mix it, take it out, mix it, and you'll eventually end up with all of this probably blended together at the end of it. And then once we get a little blackened onto it using the toaster oven, and I guess it's a few pans, but like I said, line it with foil, quick and easy, clean up, you know, rinse this off, you're done. You don't have to be doing a whole big load of dishes. So let's go get this broiled up, and then I'll show you how to bring it all together. So it's finally that time. We have the fajita mix mixed in with the shredded chicken, which here it is right here, barely cool enough for me to actually handle. And as you can see, even following the directions of the fajita pack, you can see the chicken is not dried out at all. It's still nice, moist. That fajita seasoning's in there. We broiled until we got it to whatever consistency you want your onions to be. Still got a little crisp, but moist enough and tender enough to actually be fajita. As you can see, it's got a little char to it. Lifted the rack to like the second rack down below, about this far from the actual broiler on the toaster oven. A little salt, a little pepper, and then after it got down to this consistency, just before this actually, I took a little bit of the fajita seasoning, because I know a lot of people's going to say, well, you're supposed to mix it all together. What I did, as you could see on the onions especially, that little color, that little fajita color, what I did was lightly dust it with the fajita mix all across here, you know, mixed it up a little bit. And what happens is, on this pan, while it's broiling, is that the steam and the juices coming from the actual bell peppers and the onions, you know, moistens up that fajita mix. And then once you mix it up, after, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes or so, it got to this part right here, and then I mixed it up, spun it around, let it go for about another 10 minutes. And yeah, it takes a little bit longer doing it this way. But here we are, these two pans right here, and we have fajitas, baby. Got the tortillas wrapped in some foil, turned the temperature down to about 300, let those warm up, assemble these bad boys right here, and you got fajitas. And if you want to, just mix all of the leftovers together into this pan right over here, cover it up, throw it in the refrigerator, and boom, you got leftovers for later. What? And that right there is fajitas done in the toaster oven. And yes, indeed, there we go. What? Yes, indeed. Look at that. Craftchest style. Woo! It's been a long time since we did a how-to video cooking with Craftchest. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you the finished product. There it is, assembled and ready to eat. All right, so let me show you the finished product. Oh yeah, baby, look at this. Oh, it's more of a burrito than anything, man. This is gonna be awesome. All in the toaster oven, baby. And you know what time it is. It's gotta happen. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna drop it. Woo! It's a craft of the mind. Go out there and cook you something, baby. I'm out. Woo!
You gotta be shitting me, man. That mother's strong.